Hi everybody, this is Albert and welcome to my kitchen. And today I was going to go over the basics of one of the most essential Chinese cooking implements, which is the wok. This is my wok. This is a 16-inch wok. And I'll go over the basics of fundamentals of a wok. Here's a spatula for the wok. The wok itself, as you notice, is round, and that's why the spatula is round. Because if you had one over here, if you had a square spatula, as you can see, well, this one's still round. If you had a square spatula, it doesn't quite get the round corners. That's why your spatula is round. So when you look at a wok, first thing you notice is it's round. So if you had it sitting by itself, it rocks and tilts and stuff like that. So why is it round? Well, a few important things that make a wok one of the premier cooking implements in the world. First off, your fire is right here. So we're going to basically talk about the wok in three zones. This is your hot zone, right dead center. This is your hot zone. This is your medium hot zone, and then this is your cool zone. So what you can do is you can push food up on the side walls to stay warm while cooking something new in between and then folding the food back onto it. Being round, you see a lot of professional chefs. They got the skillet tilted. They got a spoon, and they're just lopping butter or juice or whatever marinades up there. Well, the advantage of the round wok is the fact that the liquid drains to the center. So the liquid is always there, and you move the food around the liquid. Versus Western cooking, where you got a pan and you're spooning liquid onto the food. So conceptually, it's doing the same thing but in reverse. Number two, the fact that it's round means it's going to get very, very even cooking. And the reason why is if you have a flat, not so clean cast iron, not so clean cast iron pan here, you could get dead spots all around when you're heating this. So when you're cooking, this side might be hotter than this side might be hotter than that side, and so you get very, very uneven cooking. Not to mention if you pour the liquid and your stove is fairly flat, the liquid might congeal over here or over here. This doesn't happen with a wok because number one, the liquid's always in the middle. So when you're moving food, it's always touching the liquid, and that's why in Asian cooking, seasoning's fairly even compared to Western, more even compared to Western cooking. Number two, because it's in a circle, this is my range at home, and this is a Blue Star, and as you can see, one of the reasons I bought one of these is so when you take off the grill, you can double up as a wok hole. If you don't have one of these at home, because they're ridiculously expensive, then you can settle with the traditional burners and a wok ring on top. Kind of like Loch Ness Monster, Bigfoot, I've heard of sightings of people who use a wok on electric coils. I've never seen them myself. I just don't believe it. I guess they say in theory you can do it, but you really want to cook a wok on traditional fire. The other part to a wok, is the dome lid. And one of the reasons why the lid itself is domed is because when the steam comes up, it runs to the side and runs back down. And the volume inside, instead of just flat lid, allows for steaming. And so consequently, one of the things that the wok does really, really well is steaming. So you have a round surface, and you have food that's going in, and you're constantly moving the food. So what's happening is portions of the food is touching the liquid, whatever your seasoning is, as well as it's touching the high heat zone. And so basically this is a traditional wok, so this is high carbon steel. It will rust if you don't oil it or clean it very, very well. But basically, when you have a wok and you're cooking, you want really, really high heat. And that's why the high carbon steel is a very good material. One of the reasons why you want high heat, well actually, basically the way I look at it, there's two ways to cook. There's the low and slow or the high heat method. Everything in between does not taste as good as either side. Makes do, but to me, honestly, not as good. And the reason why is if you think about, let me grab this piece of food, well, this is garlic. What you want to have, or as in wok cooking theory, is you want to get as much heat into this piece of food as possible without burning it. And that's what a wok does, because high concentrated amount of heat, right dead center, when you're moving your food around on it, it's getting marinated and it's getting high concentration of heat. If you ever go to Asia and you see the street vendors who are, working that wok like there's no tomorrow, you'll see the fire is just blazing. And you hear the fire more than you can see it. And the wok is super hot, and they cook all the food. They get the food from room temp to basically cooked temperature in like 10-20 seconds. And that's why your vegetables stay crispy, but it's still moving through the seasoning, moving through the liquid. And so it's crispy, it's delicious, it's piping hot, but it's still well seasoned. And that's very, very difficult. To achieve all three of those is very difficult in a flat pan. So that's the basics of a wok. What I'm going to do today is I will try to see if I can videotape myself making fried rice on this wok. So thank you.